If you pause and pay attention to your mind on an average day, it often feels like a storm. We are constantly bombarded by a rush of digital notifications, fast-paced media, and the endless static of a zillion racing thoughts. We have conditioned ourselves to absorb information in 30-second bursts, rapidly clicking from one screen to the next. In the process, we have started relying on external tools and artificial intelligence to remember our schedules, calculate our math, and even generate our ideas. Centuries ago, Hindu thinkers looked at the mind as a source of hidden intuition. They focused on waking up that inner wisdom, treating it like a muscle that needs to be trained rather than a storage bin to be filled with external data. By constantly reaching for a screen to do our heavy lifting, we end up ignoring the most sophisticated piece of biology we actually possess. We are taught from a very young age to trust our 5 physical senses implicitly, relying on what we can immediately see, hear, and touch to understand the world. But our senses have hard limits. This animation shows a simple pencil sitting in a glass of water. To our eyes, the straight pencil looks broken. The visual data is entirely convincing, and yet it is completely false. Thousands of years ago, ancient Indian philosophical texts called the Upanishads pointed out this exact flaw. They noted that human senses are naturally turned outward, designed to catch every passing noise, flash, and physical distraction in our environment. To understand what is actually happening beneath the noisy surface of daily life, we have to stop chasing those external signals and intentionally look inward. When we rely entirely on the barrage of sights and sounds, we are easily misled. Finding real clarity requires a deliberate step away from the noise. This ancient process works like a toolkit for your internal energy. It provides a specific method to settle the mind and clear out the background static that keeps us from thinking clearly. Think of your inner vitality, or prana, like a current of electricity. To make that power useful, you need yama, a way of steering and aiming that current so it doesn't just spark randomly. Think of these scattered particles as daily stress. By controlling your breathing, you funnel this scattered energy into an orderly flow. As the static clears, you notice your pure initial instinct, that first thought, before anxiety or overthinking can drown it out. You cannot force deep insight to happen. You have to build a foundation of quiet focus first, giving your natural intelligence the room to speak. When people hear the word intuition, they often imagine mind reading or having some sort of magical ability to see through walls. In classical traditions, the highest form of intuition is much more grounded. It functions as an unwavering internal compass, providing deep moral clarity. A trained, quiet mind can look at a complex situation and immediately recognize the difference between the choice that feels pleasant right now and the choice that is actually the right thing to do. This clarity naturally expands outward into a sense of belonging. You recognize a shared connection and deep empathy for the life around you. Your internal compass acts as a shield, protecting your decisions from being hijacked by fear, laziness, or the pressure to take the easy way out. We are entering a future where artificial intelligence will store our data, draft our emails, and solve complex math in seconds. With machines providing instant, neatly packaged answers, our value will no longer be measured by how well we memorize facts. What will matter most is our capacity for creative insight and ethical leadership. Cultivating a quiet mind gives us the mental toughness to navigate a flood of confusing, conflicting information without burning out. We often stand in awe of massive technological systems, but we forget that it was the quiet, intuitive brilliance of the human mind that conceived them in the first place. In a world that is only getting louder, taking a moment to breathe and look inward gives us a kind of clarity that stays steady, even when the screens go dark.